Apparently, we're going to try something else with the kickoff. So apparently, that is going to be the plan here in the NFL. Here's the very latest from somebody, Mark Maskey at the Washington Post, who I feel like he's been kind of dubbed the kickoff guy as far as the reporting goes every single offseason. He's the guy who's got the very latest on the new tweaks that they try and
he's
install.
The specialist.
So he says the NFL's competition committee is likely to propose moving touchbacks on kickoffs from the 30 to the 35-yard line. So the return rate went up 11% this past year from 2023.
In favor of the defensive side.
But still the second lowest return rate in NFL history, even though it would increase by about 11% year over year. So here we go again.
Just do away with it. Just line them up, start them on a yard line.
This isn't what bothers me. What bothers me about it is instead of just moving back where we kick from, if you want to get more kicks, right? You can move it back 5-10 yards. Just move it back. We keep trying to create some sort. I mean, if you're incentivizing the team for a fair catch, yet you want more returns, like how does that make any sense? You're gonna make a fair catch now. They're gonna get the ball at the 35 instead of the 30. Can someone help me understand this? How that then incentivizes there to be more kickoff returns?
I look at it like this: if you move them back, where are you lining the players up? Do you keep them where they're at, like close,
keep them where they're
like
at.
they did this year? Okay,
yeah.
But if you keep them where they're at, close like they did, then when should they take off? When should they run?
It's no different.
Is it when they catch the ball?
Yeah.
Is it when he kicks the ball? They
can't
move until he catches the ball. Yeah, I just think that it's all they're trying to navigate the concussions situation for one. Now they're trying to address not having returns at all because they're kicking the ball out of the end zone consistently. At the end of the day, either you're going to choose one or the other. Either you move them back and let them run. Like, let them run. That's run down, let them block. Run down, you block, you try to see what happens. Or you think that it's a safety liability and you don't want to do that. So just do away with the play. If you're going to keep getting touchbacks off of a play that has been a part of historically the game of football based upon one of these two scenarios, just do away with the play. Just do away with it. Like, I don't understand. If you're going to keep trying to figure out how to run a play that has worked quite fine for some time now, legs are getting bigger, so now where you're kicking the ball from isn't quite the same. They can kick it out, which used to be an asset to have a kicker that could kick like that. I remember Sebastian Janikowski was starting that whole movement of guys who had a strong enough leg to kick the ball like it was a field goal on a kickoff. Right. And I remember that, and that was like a phenomenon. Like, oh gosh, like we got a guy who could kick it out of the end zone every time. That's great for us. Now it's not seemingly so great that it keeps going out of the end zone. So now you're trying to get returns and encourage returns, but now you're fighting against our guys getting concussed. Is this the most dangerous play in football? And all these other narratives. If you're going to keep trying to figure it out, just do away with it.
Well, it is on the kick, by the way. I was wrong about that, not on the catch. I'm not sure why.
I thought it was the kick.
That.
Yeah, I thought
it's
it was
on the kick. But
right. So then
the general point is,
if you move them back and you kick it and they leave at the point of the kick, those guys are going to be surrounding. They might even be able to catch the ball by the time it's coming down. You know what I mean? Like, it's a timing thing. I don't know, man. It seems weird to me. Just kick the ball off.
Well, the difference is it doesn't really matter, right, if you move them or whatever else, because the general point is that if they're kicking the ball out of the end zone because of where they're kicking it from, and that's equating to more touchbacks and teams aren't bringing it out as much, because you want to make this a play that still is a part of the game. I just don't understand why we haven't entertained the idea of moving the kickoff back then to make it more difficult to kick it out of the end zone, especially if there's inclement weather. And that becomes harder to do, right? Now, if you get a wind at your back, sometimes, to your point, it doesn't matter how far you move it back. If a guy's got a huge leg and there's a wind at his back, like he could probably still blast it to the point where a team could, have a touchback. But just generally speaking, why have they not entertained more of just moving the ball back on the kick? I mean, you're talking about 5-10 yards difference. And so even after the kick, if he's moved back that minimal amount, it still, to me, wouldn't equate to like the guys being up on him. Like usually the kicker has enough time to be able to receive the football and decide if he wants to return or not, or make that decision while the ball's in the air. But like we keep talking about this play, like we need to, find a way of making it safer, find a way to make more kickoff returns and make it a more meaningful play. Yeah, but then we keep incentivizing the team to get a touchback. It's like, no, getting a fair catch on a touchback, it should be at the 30. No, it should be at the 35, right? It should be at the 35. Well, why the hell, if you're a team, at that point, would you ever want to make a return unless you're in a dire situation, but run the risk of getting in it anywhere other than the 35, which is really good starting position. Most quarterbacks now can throw the football at least 60 yards. I mean, you're almost, and especially at the end of games, I mean, think about this. At the end of games, you're almost giving teams a layup where, like, if they can, they'll just try to fair catch it. Now, that's going to force other teams to squib kick. And usually those teams, who I mean, there's going to be some sort of, if this gets passed, adjustment to it. But it's like, man, I don't understand why we haven't had the debate about just moving the ball back if you want more returns, if that's what this is ultimately all about.
We've been doing this show 4 years. We've talked about the kickoff and a potential change to the kickoff every single offseason we've been doing the show. But every single year, well, maybe we should tweak this. I got an idea. Why can't you just go back to the way it was? Let's bring back wedge breakers and violence, and let's just leave it in God's hands. Hey, you might get hurt, but if you got a thick enough neck and you've got a cowboy collar on, come lay the wood and deal with the repercussions afterwards.
I guess he's on block A,
Just tired of it. Yeah. I'll bid on that. Speed up your hiring process with Express Employment Professionals. Reduce time to hire, cut costs, and find the right talent for both contract and full-time roles. Visit expresspros.com today and transform your hiring process. That's expresspros.com. All right, coming up next here, it is a Wednesday tradition.
You didn't laugh. I mean, you sent it. God,
I did. I just muted it. I just didn't want to.
I thought I got you. I mean,
no, you did. I was muted because I don't want to interrupt. I don't want to interrupt the read.
All right.
We've got our midweek awards, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Those are yours next here on FSR.